Hey guys, today I want to take a little time to go over the current status of Command and what you should be doing to get started using it. I'm going to show you what works, what doesn't, and how to get started quick and easy. So here we are in Command. If you click the little red button top left, you can see what these icons mean. Once you've memorized those, you don't really need to click that anymore. You can free up your space. Connect is not fully functional yet. In the future, it will be pretty neat because you can share files. You can have, let's say in your team, you can have resources and things of that nature. But right now, it's not really working, so let's not mess with that too much. Stick it into the command section. If you are a team leader, you'll be able to choose your team right here. If you're an individual on our team, this won't be visible. Your marketplace has other, I guess you can call them add-ons to Command. You can look at all the applications that are currently available. This is growing at a pretty rapid pace, so keep your eye on it. I'm not currently using anything, but you're welcome to keep your eye on it. Your bell, this is important. This is your notifications. If you see a little red dot here, or in your Kelly app on your phone, you should definitely check out what the notification is, because it could be a response from a client in the form of a text message, or it could be a referral opportunity, or any other notification. In your name, you'll see a little drop down. Go ahead and click that and go to your settings. The first thing you want to do is connect your applications. Any applications you currently use, go ahead and connect them. And if you don't have Twilio, you will want to get Twilio. Twilio will allow you to text your contacts through Command. It will come from a local number, not the same as your cell phone. It is impossible to use your cell phone number without porting your cell phone number to another company. Twilio does cost $1 a month to have a local number, and texts are 3/4 of a penny each. So if you're sending out 133 texts a month, that's $1 a month, plus the $1 for your local number. Whenever you first sign up for it, you'll get a 512 local number, which obviously isn't local to everybody, and so you'll need to contact Twilio and get that fixed. I will put something in the comments down below of what you need to send them to fix that I have received from support when I was trying to fix that myself. If you are running a team, you might find some of these other settings useful. If you're a solo agent or on a team, there's really nothing in here you need to use. There's lead routing for teams. Currently, lead routing is a bit odd in that if you're getting any sort of paid leads from anywhere, chances are you need to qualify them somewhere else before you bring them into Command. Now, I understand we have Zillow Tech Connect, which means they should go in here directly if you're getting Zillow leads. I'm not quite sure how that works because I don't buy Zillow leads. But if you are, I think you can use this for getting your Zillow leads quickly. If you're buying them from any other source, you should not be using Command solely to qualify them, because currently you have to use Zapier to move anything over. That's a whole other video entirely. I'll do a video on Zapier to help explain that. But Zapier is an if-then program. If you get an email and it says this, then it will create a lead in Command, kind of like that. And there's a lot of fluidity to what you can create with Zapier, so it's really cool. But if you are using a lead qualification service like, I don't know, Agentology or some sort of ISA company, go ahead and comment what that is, because I want to know what's out there, and I'm sure other agents would love to hear what people are using and their experience with it. And I know there's 10, 20, if not more, different companies that do some sort of lead qualification where they text, email, call, follow up, and eventually qualify that lead and then send it to you. So that's something that could be used for this, because that at that point the speed to lead is no longer important. Once you've connected all your applications and installed Twilio or connected Twilio, the next thing you're going to want to do is actually import your contacts. So if you go over here to your contact section, I've actually created just a test smart view so I can show you some contact information without showing you all my contacts. So here you can customize your columns to see what's visible right at the front. And if you want to add a contact, you have two ways to do it. You can add a contact manually, one at a time, or you can import them. If you have a bunch of contacts in another CRM or anywhere else for that matter, even if it's just an Excel spreadsheet, then you can import them. If you click this little import button, you'll see the word download. That's actually a link. So if you download that, you will get a file. This file looks like this. This file contains every terminology that can be uploaded into Command. So the first thing I did is I added an extra row just to make it look a little better. Then you're going to take your export from your current CRM, whatever that happens to be. There's so many CRMs out there. I'm not going to go into how that works, but once you have your export, you will literally copy and paste from the export to this file. This is the file you will re-upload. Do not upload the export from your CRM. This is the file you will upload. Now, one thing I personally did on mine, which I'm sure you might find useful too, is the notes section. So I used Follow Up Boss, and we had, it was like 5 columns that would qualify as notes. We had messages and texts, call logs, notes, and something else, but all in all, those were notes. So what I actually did was I used a formula, and I will go ahead and put that in the comment section down below, which you'll have to edit it based on your export with the letters. Mine was like CC plus data, but it'll give you kind of an idea how it works. And essentially you took all those 4 or 5 columns and combine them into one, which then I could upload and just paste it right here. So what you'll do is, take your export, grab all the first names, paste them here, all the last names, paste them here, so on and so forth, until you have a nice pretty file that's ready to import. Start doing it just a few contacts at a time. When you get no mistakes, then you can start, mass uploading a larger number of contacts. You can use PySync, but from what I understand, PySync will not sync everything. For example, the notes section, it wouldn't work with PySync. So I wanted all my notes to come over, so I'd do it manually, and I assume that is the case with just about every other CRM out there. So let's see what else we got. We can delete that. In your contact, so now you've uploaded a contact. This is kind of what you'll see in your contact. Notice I've got my contacts health score at 100%. Make it a game to get to 100%. In order to get to 100%, you need a phone number, you need an email, you need a source, I think. You need a neighborhood or an address. You need their social profile and birthday, home anniversary. But go in there when you're editing your contact and just go to more information and just fill out as much information as you can, and you will end up getting a 100% health score. Obviously you don't have to, but I think it's kind of fun. It gives you an excuse to call the person, ask them where they live, what their birthday is, things of that nature. Whenever you talk to someone, you can create a smart plan. You can click this little plus button here and add them to a smart plan. I recommend creating a contact for yourself and putting yourself on all the smart plans. That way you see the emails that go out, the texts that go out, when they go out, and you can kind of get an idea what's going on. So you can set yourself up on all of those. And I actually got a text message the other day that I responded to. I didn't realize this from my own smart plan. And it was kind of neat because I got a notification that I had received a text message, and it was from me. But it was a good text because I responded. But anyway, go ahead and add yourself to all these smart plans so you can see what they are. I'll show you in a second. In the smart plan section, you can kind of see what they are, but not exactly. So once you talk to someone, add them to a smart plan. If you have a neighborhood forum, you can do the neighborhood nurtures. These will send monthly or bi-weekly market snapshots, and it'll have your branded information, show them what's just listed in the neighborhood or just sold or whatnot. Quarterly call plan, pretty self-explanatory. The nurtures are more for long-term nurtures. 8x8, that's for someone you met. This one actually is pretty text heavy, so that's an interesting one. Birthdays is going to remind you that you got a birthday coming up. Maybe you should send them a postcard. I think he does like a 4 or 5 day ahead of time reminder. So hey, it's time to send a postcard. And then the day before, it says, hey, you should call this person. And the day of, it actually sends them a text. Hi, birthday, or something like that. I don't know exactly what it says. Tasks, you can add tasks. Now there's 2 different ways you can add a task to a contact. One is through the contact section, the other way is through the opportunity section. Currently, if you run a team or if you're part of a team, you can assign tasks to other people on that team in the opportunity section only. I know in the future it will be available in the contact section, but it's just not currently there. But you can create a task for yourself. If you've talked to someone and said call you back in a couple weeks, you can enter a task there, and that way you know to call them back. Speaking of opportunities, you can add an opportunity 2 different ways. One is from the contact record, and one is from the opportunity section. moving from a CRM that I was using to Command, the coolest feature I found to be was opportunity, and it created I guess a champagne problem, and that I didn't really know how to use it correctly, and I wasn't sure how to do now your best practices of how you follow up with people. And I think opportunity is a gold mine for that. So when you create an opportunity, let's create an opportunity. I'll show you how that works. Let's say it's a listing, and we'll give them a few months to close, and then you choose your stage. So we just talked to them on the phone. They said, yeah, I'm thinking about selling my home. Okay, great. How soon are you thinking about doing it? Maybe in the next month or so. So I would say that's a hot stage. And kind of get an idea of what their house is worth. It's $500,000 home, thereabouts, more or less. If you are on a team, you can assign it to someone else. If not, this I don't think will be here. It'll just be you. So you create your opportunity. Opportunity is created. It doesn't just jump you to it, which at first I was a little annoyed by, but then I started realizing that's kind of cool because really, if you ever read the one thing, you go through your contacts first and then go to the next stuff. So I'm just going through my people, calling them, getting information, creating the opportunity. I'm going to go through the opportunities later. So that is your contact. Step one, add all your contacts. Your tasks. As you start creating smart plans, you'll start getting tasks. I created a bunch of smart plans a long time ago, and so I have some tasks to overdue. I did quite a few of them, but I still have some that I need to do. It wants me to call these people because I had sent them monthly neighborhood updates, market snapshots, when I created smart plans for them, so it's telling me to call them. So I should call them. I just haven't gotten around to finishing that yet. You can see completed, archived. It seems to default to what's due today or past due, which is great. So you can't kind of miss something you missed. And at the top here, you have your contact tasks and your opportunity tasks. So they've separated it. So you can see what's going on there. To complete one, you simply would just check this box. I'm not going to complete it, so I can do it later. You can snooze them, and you can archive them if you just don't want to do it. Do your tasks, and your tasks you'll get a daily notification in your Kelly app what new tasks you have. I'm sure you've started seeing that by now if you have tasks. So if you have tasks, start doing them. If not, you're going to keep getting those notifications. Your smart plans, this is how you set up your smart plans. You just click this and go through here. Now, I've already set mine up, but it wants you to see it, and when you get to the section 3, you can see what those smart plans do. You can see, if they're emailing, texting, giving you a task, or what they're doing. So you can have an idea of what they are before you start setting them out. The referral section, this has actually been operational for over a year, and I like it a lot. On that note, I've sent out 14 referrals, and I have 0 inbounds, so give me some referrals. I'm sending them out. Come on, share the love. So if you want to create a referral, there's a really cool way to do it. First off, you can select an agent directly if you have a referral network and you've already spoken to them, and maybe you're conversating with them beforehand and you already know who it's going to go to. You can just select the agent. If you don't know an agent, you can find the agent. So let's say you have someone moving to San Diego. You just simply zoom in to the city that you want to send a referral to. As you get closer, you'll see a bunch of dots populate. The dots are all sales from Keller Williams agents. These are all individual sales. And you'll see there's 700 or 633 agents that have sold something in this square. If you zoom in a little further, this number will change. The next thing you can do is filter them. So you met someone, you told them you find an excellent agent, and they're like, oh yeah, I want someone with lots of experience, or whatever. So you can filter by different things. You can filter by, if you want a commercial land, these are KW specializations, or you can just select, closed units. You want someone that sold at least, 15 units in the last 12-month period, and you can apply the filter. Now that actually cut it down to 14 agents. Now you can click on an agent and see a little bit more information. So this person sold 120 units in the last year. 81 of them were listings, 40 of them were buy-sides, sales volume, average deal size. So you can get more information about them. So you can actually pick an agent directly. You can call them, see if they want it. Or the other thing you can do is broadcast a referral. So if you click broadcast referral, you tell them, is it a buyer? Yeah, this one's a buyer. They're moving from, Dallas, Fort Worth to San Diego. and I want 25%. Now you can change this, depending on the details. You tell up front what percentage of the deal you're looking for and how long you want to be notified that someone has accepted it. You just keep it at 24 hours. Tell them the price range, so it's 500,000 to 750. That's their search price. This is my cousin. That's funny. I left the last one I sent out. You can select the person from your database. So if you just click this and just choose the person, or you can create a new contact right then and there that will also get added to your database. When you hit the go button, these 14 agents will get a notification on the Kelly app, and they'll also get a text, or I'm sorry, not a text, an email that says they have a referral opportunity. And they'll have up to 24 hours to respond. In reality, if I'm sending out a $500,000 buyer, I'm going to get a quicker response. I see most people respond within 5 or 10 minutes, and so I'll have, of these 14 agents, half of them will say they'll accept it, and that's only because the other half aren't using Command yet, or Kelly, for that matter. Once everyone gets on board, the referral system will be even better. So we're going to keep more deals within the family, and give them back and forth. So use the referral section. It's awesome. The opportunity section, this I think has a lot of potential. Currently is working, and this you need to start getting used to immediately as we move the compliance section inside of opportunity. So we had created an opportunity earlier as a buyer while we were in there. Was it a buyer or was it a list seller? There it is. So it's a seller. So here they are, that particular person that we created opportunity for. And we, they said they're looking to sell their home soon. And let's say we put them on the nurture, and then they respond to a text message, or you call them back later and they respond. You can move them. So, oh, great, we set an appointment. So we're going to move them to the appointment stage. So now they're here in the appointment stage. And you'll notice you can move them from scheduling to scheduled to kept. So you scheduled an appointment, or you're scheduling that you did actually schedule an appointment, and you went and showed up and they were there. They answered the door, so they kept the appointment. Then you scored the listing, you got a listing agreement, and they moved over here. So that you can see they'll move down. You can move them down the pipeline and get them to closed. Within the opportunity, on this note, now it's kind of slowing down. I'll let you guys know. Make sure you're using Google Chrome. That's currently the most optimized browser for Command. From what I understand, Google is actually helping us develop this and test it. So every once in a while you'll get a little glitch like that, and just try it again. Usually it'll come back to life. So let's see. See, I just tried it again. Popped right in there. So if there's any sort of delay, just redo what you just did, and it should fix itself. Worst case scenario, you can try logging out, closing the browser. Usually you don't have to do that. Usually just redo what you were just trying to do, and make sure you're using Chrome. Now, so I just listed this home. They just signed a listing agreement or what have you. Now you notice there's a checklist here. Now you can create a checklist by editing your stages. I'll show you that in just a second. But this is where you would mark them off. So in my case, make sure you order photography, install the sign lockbox, email seller's disclosure, input the listing, double check it, add showing instructions. So that's part of my particular checklist. If you guys have a checklist for anything, that'd be amazing. Put it down in the comment section. I'm sure everyone would love your checklists. Right now, I'm just kind of doing them on the fly because in the past, I'm sure my transaction coordinator has her own checklist. Or it's just been in my head. So it's like, okay, I just listed the home, and I do this, 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 and this, and then so I'm starting. This is forcing me to put it down on paper, which is nice. And other people can edit the checklist, and so it'll be nice that if one person does this item and someone else does this item, what's been done, especially in the team atmosphere. In your opportunity section, as an overview, you can see your potential and probable income, and as you move your deals through the pipeline, your probable income starts to go up and gets closer to your potential income. So each stage has a percentage chance of close, and you'll see as it goes further down, it gets higher and higher. And you can edit the probability when you go in here. This is where you edit your checklist too, by the way. So I kind of clicked that pretty quick. I'll do that again. If you are inside of here, see where it says edit stages, you can click that and you can add items to your checklist. You can edit the probability. So if you're better at certain things, you can change your percentages, and you can also start to watch your percentages and see where your weak points are. But this is a good place to start your day, figuring out what's going on in your current money pipeline. You have these under contract, you have these active, you have some active buyers. Why aren't they under contract? Stuff like that. That way you can kind of see who you should be contacting. Whenever you talk to a contact on the phone and they say they're thinking about buying, go ahead and make an opportunity for them immediately so that you don't forget about them, because you'll end up with a ton of contacts over time, and contacts are contacts. They do separate them a little bit. Right now we have contacts, leads, and recruits. The recruit section is not quite working. From what I understand, it's more for the team leaders right now, but I'm sure they'll eventually open that up for us. Leads, you can separate your contacts between contacts and leads. Leads have a big L next to their name, but that's the only thing that's different right now. And then obviously there's a search filter on them. On the note of search filters, you can search right here with your filter, and you can search by all sorts of different stuff. So let's say I want all my agent referrals or whatever created custom tags. There's lots of things you can search by, and then you can do what's called the Smart View. You can save it. So if you have a search that you're using frequently, you can click Save Smart View, and then you can just go to that search immediately over here. And here's your Smart Views. Now there's two that have been created for us by command. One is Kelly Neighborhoods, and one is Kelly Who Should I Call. So Kelly Neighborhoods are people that don't have an address. So if you're trying to increase your database health score as part of the game, you can click Kelly Neighborhoods, and then all those people don't have an address, and so you can call them and find out where they live, and ask them if they know anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And if you find out where they live, you can add them, and they'll actually get removed from the smart list. So you can start whittling down who needs neighborhoods. On the note of neighborhoods and smart lists, so when you add a neighborhood to someone, you can then add them to the smart plan that would send out the neighborhood drip. Currently, all plans email from noreply@kw.com. That's going to change. They're making a deal with, I think, MailJet right now. We were with MailChimp, but MailChimp changed their pricing right after we hopped on board with them, and it was no longer cheap. So we're looking for a better partner, and apparently MailJet is the next option. And the reason we use a partner email platform versus just emailing from within your system is to get around spam filters. If you're sending out a bunch of emails, they'll get flagged as spam. And these companies that specialize in sending out emails do a better job at it. They don't send them all at once. They probably space out the emails, and the from email looks better. I don't really know all the secrets. I'm not MailJet, but that's the reason why we use a third-party company to send out emails. I'm assuming. I didn't ask anyone that, but I'm assuming that's why we do it. What else? So that's your opportunities. Campaigns. This is where you can spend money. You can create Facebook campaigns, Google campaigns, direct mail campaigns. This does work from what I understand. The Facebook campaigns or social ad campaign, just be careful with that. Once you start spending money on Facebook, it is real money. This isn't Monopoly. And we just opened up Facebook advertising to 200,000 agents. Chances are the cost per lead is going to go up a little bit. No, that's just the way Facebook works. There's a lot of people advertising the same people. They're just going to charge more. So you just got to be better at your advertising, better than everyone else, and you'll get better lead pricing. And do a little research on, how you advertise on Facebook. Although it is done within the system, it's the same as advertising on Facebook. Has always been. You can still, target the same people. There's nothing different in that regard. So learn a little bit more about how to advertise on Facebook. Same thing with direct mail. It's postcards. You can send postcards directly from within the system. It does work. And on that note, we have a design section, which is pretty nice. So if you want to design a postcard or design a flyer, It's really cool. So you can actually type in the address of one of your listings and just select it directly. And when you do that, it's actually going to open up the new design center. And the design center is fully functioning, from what I can tell. The number of templates have actually grown, and so there's actually quite a few templates. So in this case, let's say let's do an open house flyer. Here we go. So let's use this template. So you're doing an open house, you just want to do a flyer. It's really user friendly, and get the hang of it, because I feel like you'll probably use it a lot more in the future. So when I selected the listing, it actually pre-populated all the photos from that listing. And so if you just look on here, you can just drag and drop. And it's super, super easy. It looks nice. Right now, my particular one says KWDBA name, Keller Williams. Now I understand some marketplaces don't say that, and it's because the MCA has fixed that. So MCA fixed that, and if not, you can fix it on your own. You can just change the logo. So for example, let's take my logo and bam. So just dragged and dropped, moved it in there. It's really self-explanatory. On that note, this house looks awesome, right? I'm trying to sell it. It's a $4 million house in Argyle, on up to, it's about almost 21 acres. It's got 4 ponds. The main house is 8,300 square foot. The guest house is 2,150 square foot. You have frisbee golf, sand volleyball, pool, horse quarters. It does have an agricultural exemption, so the taxes are pretty low. Anyway, that's enough. If you know anyone, let me know. What else? So let's go back. We're not gonna save this. Let's just go back to command and see if there's anything else. Everything else, reports work. You can look at your reports. That's probably a good overview how to get started. Let me know what else you want to know about, and I'll make our next video. Let me work for you. Good luck, and always be closing.